Alrighty, so we've got an interesting one here. I don't know if we've talked about this before or not, but Flippin' Treasures wants to know, why are kilts pleated?
I think that was on my list too. And I think it's such a simple question that I think people would forget it. It's actually a really good question. So,
yeah,
Rocky,
I'd say this. If I had to guess, I'd say starting with the Great Kilt, the Feel More, where it's hand pleated, laid out on the ground. It's a matter of just two things. One, being able to wrap, 4 to 5 yards of cloth around yourself. Two, restricting your movement. If I had a 4-yard blanket, that was my clothing, my house, my turtle shell, my hood, everything. You want to have it affixed to you in such a way that you can still move. So wrapping it around yourself, a couple times is gonna restrict your arms and torso. You won't be able to do anything. So you have to figure out a way to kind of leave it loose and baggy so you can still move around. So that's why the pleating, in my mind, probably would have evolved. And now and forget your torso, your legs. I mean, I can't imagine wearing something, mini skirt-esque or, to the knee skirt-esque that is wrapped around your legs with no give whatsoever multiple times. You would be mummified. You'd be like waddling away from the enemies down the weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Yes, I want to see a weeble. Now I'm dating myself. But yeah, I think it's really a matter of, in that instance, just practicality.
Yeah, I would say it's, excuse me, I think it's a combination. Like you said, it's because the kilt evolved from a much larger, more voluminous garment, the pleats wound up being retained because, well, it's traditional. Why wouldn't you have them? That's the way it's always been. Okay, yeah, we cut it in half to make a walking kilt and all that kind of stuff, but you still have a lot of fabric. It could be that it was desirable from an insulative standpoint. Sitting on a group of pleats in cold weather is more comfortable than sitting on a single layer of fabric in cold weather. There's a group of monks in Japan actually called the Yamabushi, and they will wear deer pelt on their butts because it's a rainy, wet, cool environment up in the mountains, so they want something they can sit on. And I think that having the extra fabric in the back of a kilt accomplishes the same purpose. If you look at male unbifurcated garments in other parts of the world, they're usually less voluminous, but they're also much warmer climates. So like if you look at a dhoti in India or a sarong in Southeast Asia, they'll wear them so that the fabric layers can separate so you can move your legs, but they are restrictive, and I have worn them. And yes, you do feel a little bit more restricted, but they're much cooler because it's a hot, humid climate. You don't want the extra layers, and you're not worried about keeping your butt warm, to be perfectly crass about it. But at the same time, they will also wrap those garments up between their legs if they have to do some physical labor or fight. That's where the whole expression of girding your loins comes from, was because taking the fabric of your robe back in the Bronze Age and bunching it up between your legs so it wasn't in your way and your legs could move. We don't have that issue with a kilt. Never really have. So nobody ever, there's no tradition of people taking a kilt and wrapping it through their legs to get the excess fabric out of the way. And part of that is because the pleats will splay and allow you to move freely. So I think, yeah, it's part tradition, just bluffo, this is how we've always done it, and part the climate that influenced the retention of that technology. Other unbifurcated garments are much simpler, and I think it's just because of where they were invented.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out other videos that we've done, check out these over here.